Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, I have my animal oracle cards. We're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with, what you need to focus on, and possible future energies. All right, Capricorn. We have love is all around, struggling with love is all around. What you need to look at is clear out the clutter and possible future energies. We have Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch, and Hawk Spirit, let Spirit be your guide. So I feel like it's listening, being soft, being gentle, and listening and seeing those signs that are around you. And I feel like there's signs that you're missing, that you're not seeing. I feel like maybe you're too caught up in something, or you're too busy in something, or you're not seeing something that is trying to be brought to your attention. Bottom of the deck, Giraffe Spirit, see the big picture. I like that one. We haven't seen the Giraffe Spirit in a while. See the big picture. Sometimes it's hard to see the big picture because we have so much going on that we're just like, oh, I can only deal with what's in front of me. All right. What you may be struggling with is love is all around. I feel like it's kind of focused. I feel like it's receiving love or finding love in the little things. Sorry, finding that positive energy, or the positivity in the littlest things. Sorry. Like if it's a sunny day, if it's bright. Oh, I have to go get some water. All right, sorry about that. I feel like it's a good reading and I didn't want to stop doing it, but I was having my coffee and there were some coffee grinds in the sip that I took right before I started the reading, and so a coffee ground got stuck in my throat. Sorry. Okay. So, like I was saying, it's finding those positive little things. Like if it's a sunny day, if it's bright and sunny and that makes you happy, if you get all green lights going to work, if you are looking for that item in the store and that section is empty, but you look to the next section and you find that thing that you're looking for and you're like, oh, there was one stuck behind this, right? Or you go to the grocery store and there's one of that item left that you had wanted to get, that you were really in the mood for, or you really needed to grab, and there was one item left. If it's just seeing a penny on the ground, right? If it's just, instead of being frustrated with everything that's not happening, what is that thing that you can find? Okay, I found that last thing, right? Oh, that person just pulled out of that parking spot and I get a front row spot. And being happy with that, or I got green lights, or there's that one light, we all know where those lights are, where the light takes forever. Like feels like you have to sit at that light for 5 minutes, and it's like if you can get through that light, you're like, oh, that just saved me a whole bunch of time, or I'm so happy I don't have to sit at that light. And I feel like it's looking at those things, clearing out the clutter, that's what I was saying, is that clearing out the negativity of everything that's not going right, everything that's going wrong, to clear that out, get rid of that, and try to focus on the positive. I feel like like I was saying, is that there are signs around you that you're not seeing, but in order to see that, you have to clear out the clutter. All right. So let's look at this. Love is all around. We have the Six of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups, and then we have the Knight of Wands. I feel like it's maybe moving on. I feel like it's mending a relationship, mending a friendship, mending a relationship. I feel that there may be a relationship that maybe you've kind of lost touch with, or that there was a disagreement. And I feel that maybe that has bothered you, or it's getting to you, or you're trying to ignore it and say, no, I just want to leave it. But I feel like there's a relationship that you want to mend that you've have been ignoring, but I feel that it's something that you want to look at, that you want to put the effort in to make that happen. Maybe that person reaches out to you, and I feel that there's a lot of clutter because this anxiety or stress or this frustration or whatever this energy is that you have, that this relationship wasn't working out, or you had this argument in this relationship, I feel like it's creating a lot of clutter for you, that you're not able to focus on things because this is always in the back of your mind and your mind keeps going to it. I feel that if working this through, sometimes we just need closure, or we need to be like, okay, I need to be the bigger person here, and I need to, because this is starting to affect me, that I need to step up to this plate, right? That I need to let go of these 3 spilt cups here, and that I got to focus on this relationship, because was this relationship a long-term relationship? Was this a relationship that was very rewarding for you, and that most of the time it's very positive and everything is going great and you love that feeling with that person, and you have a great connection and you have those great times together, but this was just a situation where there was a disagreement or there was an argument or something happened, and that are you focusing too much on what happened and not really looking at all the positives that were within that relationship? Hermit, Virgo, looking within yourself to say, how important was this relationship to me? Is it worth focusing on these 3 spilt cups and letting this relationship go? Or is it worth something to rebuild, right? Do I need to rebuild this relationship? That I need to be the bigger person? I need to see the big picture of the long term, that if you're never around this person again, or that you always have this distance with this person, is that what you want, or do you want to work on the relationship? Looking back over time, right? King of Wands, looking back over the time of all the times that you've been together and all the support and all the things that have gone on. Any type of relationship that you are in is going to have those disagreements. It's going to have those tough times. It's going to have those, you're going to do something, they're going to do something. But it's how do you handle those times to see how much you want the relationship. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. I feel like it's almost like, when I saw that, I felt like someone offering up and saying, I'm sorry. Like he's holding the cup and he's saying, I'm sorry for what happened. Obviously you have to decide if that's what you want to do. But from this reading, I'm feeling like it's someone who offers up and says, you know what, I'm sorry. Life is so short and time goes by so quickly. And I feel like it's kind of thinking that, okay, do I want all of this time to go by? Because you don't want to get to the point where years have gone by or so much time has gone by, and then you forget even what the argument is about, and then you start to build that relationship again. And then if something happens and you're like, wow, I wasted all of that time being angry or upset or being in this 5 of Cups and not focusing on the relationship and just focusing on being hurt and holding on to resentment and not letting things go. Sometimes we really need to think about that bigger picture and clearing out the clutter and figuring out what is important to us. Is this relationship important to us? Sometimes that's what you have to do, is just sit down and think about that. All right, so let's get a couple cards here to close it out. We have, taking that chance, taking that leap of faith, saying we have the Knight of Swords here, who is on his horse and he's ready to go over the edge of the cliff, but he doesn't really care. He's got his sword up in the air. He's got the eagle. He's soaring high. Communication, Page of Wands, communication, right? Reaching out, being the bigger person, taking that chance, opening those doors, not worrying about it. Sometimes we get afraid to do those things because we're like, well, how is that person going to react? What if that person reacts this way? Or what if that person reacts that way? But I feel like if we reach out and we extend that olive branch and we say, hey, I'm really, that we do the best that we can do, and it's in that other person's hands. And then you really see how important you are to that person, right? That you see, wow, well, if that person, you know, reacts that way, then I guess that's what means in the relationship. And then if they react the other way and they say that they're sorry too, and everything gets back on track, then it shows how strong the relationship actually is. Having that faith and belief, and I feel like it's, if it's something that is true to you and you believe in it, that you want to make that effort, then that's what you should do. And that's what you should look at, and not the Nine of Swords. To let go that insecurity or those doubts, or because sometimes we can get in our head too much, and that's what will stop us from reaching out. But looking within and saying, do I really want to rebuild this, and is this really worth it to me? But that's something only you can answer. All right, so let's grab a Star Dragons. And close out. Oops, we're just going to grab this one. Look at that. We have understanding, looking at both sides. I love it. How perfect is that? Because I was looking at see the big picture. And we have understanding, looking at both sides. Looking at both sides. Looking at, if I don't reach out and do something, what does that look like? If I do reach out and do something, what does that look like? If this person does react negatively or doesn't even respond to me, then what information does that give me? If this person does reach out and does respond to me, what information does that give to me? If I do make the effort, if I don't make the effort, right? Looking at both sides as to, if I don't do anything, what's going to happen? But I also feel like it's looking at the positives and clearing out the negative and what's most important. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.